Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the fun hookup vibe versus the serious relationship vibe. So, this particular email is from a viewer who claims he's a ladies' man. They're all over him, all throwing themselves at him. He's exaggerating a little bit, puffing himself up a little bit. I got to break your balls a little bit, dude, because I already been through this particular email. So, what's interesting is that he's got all his attention. He went through a difficult time. He's experiencing the life he dreamed of. He really went through a difficult time. He got laid off. He blew through all his savings. He got himself in a credit card debt. But he got back on his feet, paid off his debt. Now he's thriving. Things are going well. And so he also says in this process, he joined a CrossFit and endurance gym, and he's fully indulged himself into the community and become friends with some really amazing people, he says. So he met a girl through the gym. I think it was, I'm sorry. He was out, met a girl and he was out, and they started hanging out and going bar hopping. They made out together, hung out all night. And she's like, oh, I definitely want to see you again. And then she texts him like later that night, had a really good time. And he's like, me too. And then several days later, he gets in touch and invites her on a dinner date. And she rejects him. And he's thinking, in the past, I would always just do casual drinks or whatever. But sometimes when I do the dinner date, girls flake on me. And so this is a good email to go through because I think some things were going on when they were hanging out together because he really liked this girl. He's thinking, hey, this is my once-in-a-decade girl here. And so, because he was drinking, he probably overindulged, and plus she was drinking too. She had a buzz on. And so once she sobered up, she probably wasn't feeling the same way. I mean, those things happen. Girls do it, guys do it. You're really into somebody, you got the beer goggles on, you're like, this is great, she's gotta be my next girlfriend. She's my future ex-wife, Coach, you don't understand. So let's go through his email. He says, hi, Coach, I've been a serious student for a couple of years now, and I'm experiencing the life that I once dreamed of. Note that I was recently laid off, blew through my savings, fell into credit card debt, and with persistence, I'm back on my feet, debt-free, and thriving. Well, congratulations, dude. Through the process, I joined a CrossFit and endurance gym and have fully indulged myself into the community, and I've become friends with some really amazing people. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm training for a half marathon, doing well at my sales job, my new sales job, he says, and I'm attracting more women than I ever have before. Well, that's good. You're happy. You're happy and you're doing well, and women notice happy guys. They come out of the woodwork to get your attention. Because the world is full of miserable people. You don't believe me? Just turn on social media and look at all the people crying about their lives into TikTok. In fact, just the other day when I was walking through a park, 5 separate women went out of their way to notice me. It's also become the norm for girls from my new gym to approach and introduce themselves to me while I'm out. It's honestly pretty awesome. I'm a new man. This is ultimately a success story. It's nice that all these women are checking you out, but are you making dates and hanging out and having fun and hooking up? With this new sense of swagger, I've been on top of the world, but I recently struck out with 3 different beautiful women. I've read your book well over 30 times. I'm a serious student. I'm a serious student. I'm too robotic. Have had a wonderful successes, but I'm noticing a recent trend in them as to why I may be striking out for second and third dates. He says, meeting women through cold approach is a numbers game, and I embrace that. I also embrace that part of being a man is getting punched in the mouth and getting back up again. Yep. Get knocked down, get back up again. But I want to share my latest rejection to see if I should adjust my approach. I met a girl while I was out, and we instantly connected and ended up bar hopping throughout the night together. So when things are going well, hang out, have fun, hook up. This is part of the seduction process. You said you've been through the book 30 times. So if you're all over each other, then why aren't you say, hey, let's get out of here and go back to my place and open a bottle of wine, or hey, let's go back to my place, have a nightcap, or hey, let's go back to my place and hop in the jacuzzi and open a bottle of wine, or let's make some drinks. Oh, we'll grill some shrimp on the Barbie. Probably be a few Australians there. The coach, the accent sucks. You got to work on it. Have a good day. Go to Outback. I love Australians. G'day, mate. We made out through our time spent, and at the time, I thought I was meeting one of those once-in-a-decade girls. Aha! You put her on a pedestal. Oh, I'm gonna be nice. Notice what he says next. Hang out, have fun, and when the signs are there that she's ready to be kissed, touched, and seduced, you hook up. But what does he say? I kept it in my pants and remained smooth. Don't worry. I have it down, coach. Doesn't sound like it. If you're making out together, again, the idea is to go from that venue to hooking up. And that didn't happen 30 times through the book. And it didn't go ding, ding, ding. She's ready to go home and brrr. But no, I got to be respectful. I must keep it in my pants. I must be a gentleman. She doesn't want you to be a gentleman. She wants to get fucked. That's what happened. She wanted to get fucked. And you're all over her, but she didn't escalate. As our night ended, we parted ways, and she insisted on seeing me again. Keep in mind, she's been drinking all night. And I kept it in my pants. Well, she didn't want you to keep it in the pants. She voluntarily texted me to tell me that she had a great time around 2:30 a.m. when she got home. Keep in mind, she's hammered, so you got to take that with a grain of salt. The next day, I told her that I did too, and I waited a couple of days to schedule a date. She didn't answer my call, but texted in return. When I asked when she'd be free to get together for dinner, to my surprise, she told me that she enjoyed our time together, but isn't looking to date right now and is just having fun. She did want you to keep it in her pants, but you were being Mr. Respectful. I must be serious. This is a once-in-a-decade woman, coach. I must be extra nice to her. I responded by saying, no problem at all. I'm just having fun myself and dating around here and there. So if you'd ever like to just meet out for drinks, text me anytime. There you go. That's all you have to do. But what would I have done differently? I mean, again, if it was me and I'm in your shoes and this girl's all over me like this, I'd have been taking her home. She's clearly out to have a good time. You say, Coach, but she was drinking. Well, how drunk was she? How buzzed was she? You do have to be careful about that. You don't want it to like she's passed out. You don't want to Bill Cosby her ass. But if she's all over you, like white on rice, because you're a handsome, charming James Bond wannabe, then who are you to say no? And as she said, she enjoyed our time together, but isn't looking to date right now and is just having fun. So what have you communicated? Oh, this is a once-in-a-lifetime girl, coach. I'm going to make her my girlfriend. You're too serious. You gave off that vibe that you were too serious instead of just having fun. Remember, I kept it in my pants. She didn't want you to keep it in her pants. She wanted you to put it in her pants with her pants off. I responded by saying, well, we already know it. No problem at all. Just having fun myself and dating around here and there. So if you'd ever like to just meet out for drinks, text me anytime. Hey, boo-boo, let's get some Bud Lights in a picnic basket. He says, no big deal, on to the next. I share this because I've had another recent experience as well, and I'm wondering if it's because I'm asking them out to dinner too soon. You're just being too serious. If you met and you're partying and you're having drinks and having casual things, it's like, go meet her out at a wine bar. Meet her out when she's not already drunk. See if you like her then. But instead, you got all serious because in your mind, she won the race. You're projecting your Disney fantasy. And you completely missed it. She was just down to hook up and have a good time. And notice what he says next. Because all relationships start out as casual hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. I must be a robot. I used to just meet girls out for drinks, then bada bing, bada boom. But now I'm trying to be a classier dude. Oh, so you're being extra nice and compliant. Oh, I'm keeping it in my pants, coach. I want to be classy. No, she doesn't want you to be classy. She wants you to fuck her brains out. I'm trying to be a classier dude, and with that, do dinners for second dates instead. If you're hanging out, bar hopping, meeting girls out, bar hopping, and they're partying, having a good time and hooking up, then that's the kind of thing you should be doing. If you met her at a friend's barbecue over the weekend, you hung out and you had a really good time and you clicked, you had some drinks, it was clear she liked you, maybe you even walked her to her car when she left, and you made out after you exchanged numbers, yeah, you're going to go to a dinner date and something nice with a girl like that. But when you're out bar hopping, you're young, you're in college, it's, you got to think about the mindset and what the vibe is that's going on there. This girl was down to hook up and down to go home with you. Instead, you put her on her pedestal. You're like, oh, will you please be my wife? Oh, 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 I love you. Oh, oh, oh. How's my cooing like a dove? How's that sound? That's a pretty good dove impression. I'm impressed by it. Thank you. And so what happened was everything was working, and then you're like, I'm going to be serious now. No, be casual. It was working for you. You obviously like bar hopping, hanging out, and doing things of that nature. So if you're meeting girls out in that kind of environment, do that. If you're meeting women at work that are dressed up in business and it's a little more professional, she does well, you're going to probably want to go to dinner. Ideally, if you don't know the girl well, especially like in this case, you're both probably pretty hammered. So meet her out at a wine bar, have a glass or two of wine, and then you can always roll over to somewhere else, go throw some axes, play some darts, shoot some pool, maybe some bowling, maybe some top flight golf, which is a great fun date venue. Great food, they got drinks, it's fun. Just don't fall off the balcony, please. They have nets so you don't fall. Don't be an idiot, don't be a TikTok, video crashing and burning, please, thank you. So he says, I never really overthought this before, but now I'm beginning to think that asking girls out to dinner before their attraction is a 6+ applies too much pressure. Well, again, it's the vibe of how you guys met. How'd you meet? You're hanging out in a bar hopping, and she's hung out with you. It's like she's after the second or third venue, especially when you guys were all over each other, you should be like, hey, let's get her and go back to my place. And just hop in an Uber and go. But instead, I kept it in my pants. I must be a gentleman. She didn't want you to be a gentleman. She wanted you to beat up her pelvis and not create any drama or stress in her life. Hang out, have fun, hook up. What are your thoughts on this? On one hand, I want to be court classier women. Yeah, but you were out partying like a frat bro. It was like, what do you expect? But on the other hand, it hasn't been working that well. Yeah, well, if you meet girls out bar hopping and they're drinking, partying, looking to have a good time, again, depending on what you do, it's like I would have just been like, hey, let's meet for drinks. That's a casual kind of thing. Because again, you were both drunk. So keep in mind, I live in California and I'm only striking out this much because I'm also taking more at bats than ever before. Well, that's good. You miss 100% of the pitches that you do not swing at. So again, you got to keep in mind, what was the venue like? How did you guys meet? That's the important thing. And that's where you're just tweak it a little bit. If you're just hanging out, drinks, hey, let's meet for drinks. Hey, I want to see your face. When are you available to meet up for some drinks? There's a really cool bar. There's a really cool jazz club. There's a really cool wine bar. There's a really cool place that's playing some live music. It depends on the type of venue that you meet her. If you meet her at the country club, you're going to probably go to dinner. You meet her at the yacht club, you're going to probably go to maybe a wine bar and then a dinner, something like that. Again, case by case. But if you're out partying, sororities, it's like those girls just want easy, unattached sex. So be that guy. And then let them convince you to be their boyfriend down the road. You're kind of putting the cart before the horse, and it's the vibe that you're giving off. So they don't want you to be respectful. They want you to be nice, dangerous but kind, but they're out to get the pelvis beat up. So take care of it. And if you haven't joined our members only content, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, right underneath in the description, we have links so you can join on YouTube, you can join on Spotify, or you can join on my website. And with the website, you obviously get all the email analysis that I do with these normal members only videos or just the video newsletters in general. And if you sign up on the website, you get a 25% discount if you pay the whole year up front. And so you get 6 weekly video newsletters, paid exclusive ones only. You get the 3% Man Study Group with Caroline and the rest of the girls. You get the Mastering Yourself Study Group, which we're launching the first episode this week. And anytime we do viewer questions, you get the whole podcast where we film all the questions instead of the individual ones that we release on YouTube and the other social media platforms. You guys have been asking for that. And plus, there'll be other special videos that we do from time to time that are also exclusive members only content. Again, the links are right underneath this video if you're watching it in YouTube. If you want to go to my website, just click the plans tab on the top menu bar and then just sign up for either pay up front for the whole year and get a 25% discount, or you can just do the monthly membership, whatever works for you. And if you got a question or a challenge or something you're struggling with, you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.